Glad my microphone decided to be an output device. What's up, peoples? It's a Terraformer. Played some Ocarina of Time. Now, you wouldn't know from the splits, but this is Ganonless 1.1 to be exact, just because I didn't want to deal with Bottom of the Well at this very time. I'm kind of bad when it comes to getting the bottle and then going to Bottom of the Well because I always miss Navi. So, as you can see, this is kind of an abridged version because I'm not going to make you watch the whole entire speedrun if you don't want to, but you have that option. It is uploaded right now. So, for a while I wanted to speedrun this game, and I knew any percent is kind of dull, and, you know, it's overdone. Everybody does a little any percent thing, so, you know, I had to do a little meaning with it involved. So this is the next category up, a little lesser done. This route was never actually in any percent category. Actually, the VC version, which is a lot like No Wrong Warp, except you do a Ganon warp, credits warp thingy at the end. And I actually did a No Wrong Warp run after this, and it was awful. Now we're in 45 minutes. It was almost good, except for, good for a first run, that is. Except for lots of deaths to the final area, but that's not this. This is really good. Movement. So basically, Cole here, get bottle on B, RBA some bombs, and so I don't have to get the bomb back. I don't know what else I do with RBA, I just kind of do things. Get Bolero of fire, that helps, and then get the eyeball frog because it has a timer. But what else has a timer? Kakiri in the fire area. So 2 timers stacked on top of each other. I got a bad angle, but it still ends up being probably faster than Navi diving. At least it looks cooler. I don't know why I'm kind of better at this than the regular old sword escape thing. I don't know, I like that. It works, and my timing's a lot better. Using a CRT, I would imagine, does that. But really what got me into even being able to do any of this stuff was the Ralph net, where I can use the GameCube on the N64, because the controls on the N64, everything's just a lot better. But with the added feature of the directional stick not being complete ass, so that's cool. So I can do certain techniques, and yes, I can. You'll be seeing. You won't think I know how to do the ESS position, but I do. And so this trick I went for. I didn't go for an 90%, but I figured I'd go for it now because my consistency on emulator was very high, so I was like, I could do that. And this was the second time getting here. I think I failed a run at, I broke the stick maybe once or twice at Aqua Escape, and then the other time I failed here, and then another time I failed nighttime because I failed there. Yeah, the thing is, like, dead zones on an emulator are gonna be different. Even though I'm using the same exact controller, I don't know how to configure it to make it anywhere close. So it's like I kind of just put my thumb underneath the stick, and that kind of works for me. If anyone else has like advice for that, because I mean it seemed to work, but you know, I could always use some advice. Yeah, going for this, and it doesn't work well for me. I might as well just be slow about it. Getting the bottle this way is, you know, you didn't need to see it on full speed unless you want to. It's not a stellar Cox. I've done better at it, like much better. But this is the one in the run, so this run is pretty awful. Also, if you didn't read the description, there was some Amarak issues, but don't worry, You miss nothing important. Literally all that was lost was stuff due to my screw up and getting trolled and not knowing the level design very well. I know the speedrun route because I watch videos, but everything else is like, I haven't played this game casually in many years, except for the 3DS version, and I was already playing that in the speedrun mode. You know what sucks about this? So there's this newfangled capture thing for the 3DS, so I don't have to send it out and like spend $200-300 for this thing that I might not use, like my DS capture. And yeah, it'd be nice, but it's only for the new ones. So I'd be out $200-300 either way, and that's pretty lame. Unless like they're used somewhere for cheaper, but it'd probably be at least 100. And I'm not like that keen on speedrunning OOT 3D, and MM3D is just kind of like it's got some interesting features, but it's not quite the best thing in the world, I suppose. So yeah, I missed I can't believe I missed Castle before night. Should insert that audio clip maybe. There, I don't know. Be pretty interesting, but I'd be talking over myself. I keep getting these slow things, entrances where Link walks slow in and out, and you know, you lose a few frames. So here we go, this big old trick here. So this was the whole reason I was like, I can't do real categories. I can't do No I Am Wrong Warp. I kind of want to do that category because it's the real any percent, and this is just an alright any percent. I can't do dot skip. It's too hard. Dude, do it on console once, and like, you clip every time, and then like I pause buffer like a scrub, but who cares? The swordless method's supposedly harder, I don't know. I don't even know how to do it with a sword yet. I went there, and I had the sword in my back pocket, but I didn't equip it yet, for reasons unknown, because I don't think it affects speedruns anymore. It only affects when you try and get Windy B, so for like VC, Ganonless, and also all medallions, MSB as well, but nobody runs that, because why are you gonna do the trials for something, for a category like this? Why are you gonna do trials? Oh, and 100% glitched, how can I forget that one? So, something about if you never equip the sword, it like affects a value, so you can bottle adventure. I don't know if it's specific to Furo's Win, but so in that case, I guess if you're gonna do something like Volvagia's Child or Baronade as Adult, I don't know why that's not a speedrun category. That's pretty cool too, I would say. So yep, yes, I did the door time skip, and I was so happy that I was able to do it, because it opens up such a wide variety of things. Like, I literally learned Ganonless, with the exception of the wrong warp, in a night, after I learned a good angle. Nice angle. So I learned everything up to the wrong warp, and Volvagia too, I didn't do that. But yeah, so most of it was just within a night. These RBA things aren't too difficult. And I had this thought in my head, like when I first started, or when I wanted to, and I was thinking about it, I was like, this is so hard. You get bottle on B like this. I'm gonna go the old way with Lon Lon Ranch and with fishing rod. That's easy. No, you know, this is really easy and also really, really fast. Like, I don't know how it would feel for somebody who did all the routes of the old speed runs. I mean, they're interesting. Look at the setup to talk to this lady. Like, dude, how swag can you be? So yeah, that must have been an odd feeling to just be able to do it like that. It's even easier as a child, I think. You don't even need like water or like a bomb or wall behind you. It's all like complicated. If you want to see RBA in weird places, max % child, because you gotta RBA them bomb shoes and bombs. Now, normally in 1.0, you would get the bomb shoes, and you would get a big Poe, because if you have big Poe on C right, then that will give you bomb shoes. And I think like bugs and fish change the value or something. I don't know. Like, it just kind of works. Like, I just follow what other people do. It's very complicated and convoluted to understand, and I don't know if my brain can handle that much stuff. So I'm not gonna really bother myself too much. I'm not really a bingo fan. I don't like I'm sure it's very fun, and I'm sure like I don't really find it that interesting to watch, and like I think that's what people say. It's like it's really fun to play, but you know, it's not fun to watch, and you can tell when like Saturday Night Bingo rolls around and you have all these channels you're following, they have like 2 people in there. It's kind of tragic, I know, but I've said this before, or actually I don't think I uploaded the video, but I'm not well thinking on my feet. Like, it would take a while for me to route out something like that, and my knowledge just isn't there yet. My technique stuff, skills, you know, I'm still working on that. So I come here, it makes it nighttime for some reason, I don't know. But it makes it quicker for the egg to pop out of its shell. Yep. I said that. I forgot to do that, no wrong warp, so I had to wait a bit. But I failed bottle on B a lot, so that's cool. Here I got it. Well, I won't spoil it. But, yeah, it's coming up. I do a little weird movement thing because you want to try and avoid getting a Poe spawn, because he will spawn over there and he will wreck your day. Even if he's not in vicinity to you, you'll just panic. And so you want to come over to this wall. Nice little setup. You do it crouch stab once with untarget. Release your bugs. Now, you swipe your bottle, but there's a little delay there, and he doesn't want to jump. He just kind of rolls or walks. It's weird. So that's like there's a certain frame there where you press the sword button as he enters the water. And, like, it's frame perfect, I guess, but it's, like, easy. And, the bottle will be out all the time. So you face the bugs, you hold your shield out, and then you also hold Z. When you release shield, for some reason the bottle pops out, and you do it automatically. And if you grab something, there you go, you got a bug bottle on your hand sword thing. You can't use sword though, so you gotta be mindful of that. Also, my RBA adventure split was when I got bottle, and during this run I made the executive decision to think that was stupid, because there's like nothing going on and no time, and nothing really happened except save warp and actually getting the bottle. So I decided to split when I'm done with the adventure, because RBA is pretty short in this category. You just kind of drop some bugs, and then, you know, the ZFG's opinion of no wrong warp is you drop some bugs places, and that's about it. Pretty boring category, and I have to agree, I'm just kind of doing it because I kind of want types at every category, except for maybe 100%. For now, I don't have, like, I have the time, but I don't really have, like, the, patience, or like I get stressed out trying to do long runs. So that's not good. So you talk to Mario here, you show him the white bird, and that triggers an event. I don't know why these things happen. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played this game casually. But, you know, you show off that, and then this lady wants to give you the blue cocoa, which does things. I don't know what it does. I forget. But, so here you want to get your bugs back on B. And, I think it already, you know, RBAs, because you need bombs on C right, or you need them moved or something, so that bomb drops happen. Once you're done with that, you can just get your sword back. It makes this easier, except, like, my luck is bad. So I usually don't bother with RNG, and also I can't really quick spin well, and nor do I really want to on my newer controller. Like, I do it on the old, well, it's not really old. I paid way too much for it, and it, you know, because of the color, it's all turquoise and nice, Japanese exclusive color. But when I got here, yeah, I think I told this story before, but the C stick and the directional stick were swapped for God knows what reason. So I had to go in. I never opened up a controller before. I'm not very tech savvy. So, you know, I took this thing apart, and for the longest, like, I put it back together, and it was either the L or the R button that didn't work. It might have happened in a Master Quest LP part, I forget, or if I just wasn't recording, I don't know. But anyway, so for the longest time, it wasn't really working or functional completely. So I took it apart again some other night. I kind of fixed it up, but like the Z button is really tight, and just the whole controller is not in the best of condition, and it's quite sad because it would be a really nice controller. So I have to take damage, and I was a little generous. I didn't want to have either of the Tektites jealous, so I took an even amount of damage from each. Problem is, I couldn't do a certain trick. Like, it saves very little time, but, you know, it's fine. If you go quick enough, you can escape the boulder, but they only take a quarter heart, and, you know, you get 1/4 heart, it's not really a big deal here. I don't know how to do this backwalk properly. I mean, I know you're supposed to Hess up here, but dude, come on, I can do Wes's, I can do it out of water, and that's technically a Hess, according to this one guy who watched a TAS and commentated over it and literally had no idea what he was talking about. It's pretty cool. So here, I've gotten this once. I don't know what the timing is. I have no idea, and, like, I failed it so bad. Like, I missed where he went. He turned around, and, like, I didn't see it happen. So, it was a mess, but at least it was quicker than sometimes. This wasn't so bad. Usually I can't get that toss. So, if I have a half a heart left, I'm pretty much dead. But it's cool now. I'm learning what things do what amount of damage, and you wouldn't think that's important, but it is. Also, the reason why this is called soft lock is because if you try to talk to this Goron too soon when he's not fully erect, damn it, yeah, he won't ever talk to you again, and you can never get the red medallion, the Goron medallion. You can never get it. Also, for some reason, you can't buy bombs in the store. I don't remember why, but it would be really helpful for this part, because I've literally went through, like, the first time I came here and was trying to do this, I went through about, like, a good 80 to 120 bombs, literally going back to CAC Graveyard multiple times. Pretty good stuff. Also, This is so stupid. Like, I get trolled so hard. Of course it's a heart. If I want a heart, it will never be a heart, but if I need to wait for it, like, I might as well have took it and voided out, because voiding takes a full heart. So here I need to get across this gap, and I was considering getting the hook shot, but it's only helpful for this. And so here I attempt to pause buffer this. Nobody pause buffers this shit. And because I was learning bridge mega flip, and I learned what frame was good for mega flip. So obviously it's the same for mega side hops, and it was. And that's why I was doing that. And the easiest cutscene in the world. I don't know why people really go for the deathless one. You gotta get like ISG, get into like a specific position and pull your sword, and you know, he voids out, and then you get here. It's like a few seconds quicker, but if you fail it and watch the cutscene, it's just not worth it in my opinion. But you know, high level players, they gotta PB somehow. So I don't know. I just that's just my opinion. But we need that song, not just to go fast, which is very helpful, but also for a glitch coming up. So here's basically coming up why I needed to learn Mega Side Hop, which I still don't have it down good, so that's cool. I didn't really get a good angle, so whatever. Now luckily one of the RBAs I did, I got the golden scale, or the silver scale actually, so that's pretty cool. I didn't really follow like the world record, because they go bomb of the well, because it's just really fast for Lavagia. I followed Death Basket's run, because I think that she had the fastest of the 1.1 times. Yeah, this sucks. Like, you can't see it. It's in an awkward position. The angle sucks to get because you have to go in the water. Yeah. I also, like, I watched Matty in the Hat. Is that his name? I watched his tutorial a while ago, but, like, that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to run up with the bomb and everything. I just... I'm not good enough yet. So yeah, I watched his tutorial a bit, but that was a while ago. I only used it this time around for the boss key skip. That's eventually coming up. I do enter a dungeon, I promise. This isn't a complete dungeonless run, like no wrong war. So this trick is really easy. You just walk up to where he's loaded, you pull cock, you whip it out, and then you go back until the ice thaws, because it's out of loading zone. You come back, and it's just gone. Here you hold R and talk to this dude, and it's the easiest glitch in the game. You get because you're supposed to get there, you're supposed to get the blue tonic, which is supposedly the worst tonic. I think it looks pretty good, but it doesn't save time, so I can't like it and stuff. So here I'm dropping my bugs for no reason. No, actually, look, I don't have an ocarina, so I'm gonna play my sword. Now, the other run, like, I was failing that a lot, and it should have been a sign that I should have grinded it a bit more. Also, one of the RBAs I did gave me songs. I got this song. What am I talking about? So you want to come here with your Kikiri tonic on. It feels like if you fail this, like sometimes the first time you come here, you'll be alright, as long as you take it off. Well, that's not true. The first time I came here, I had the red tunic on, it was fine for a little while. But usually if you have it on, you get warped back to as if you failed the timer. So here is a pretty simple glitch. You just want to get aligned with this wall side hop, turn right, but that's too hard for me, slash the wall. Then you get in this weird clipping thing, put the Kikiri back on for your double timer. You wait till 12, drop, and then at 5, you put on the red tonic, which clears that timer, but it puts you back on the other timer. And, like, you void out. It kind of doesn't know what the hell it wants you to do. But now you have zero timer. You don't want zero timer, because you want that stack timer. And then if you warp back, for some reason you get your timer back. It's weird. I don't know why it works. I don't think anybody really knows why it works. It's just the way the game was coded. A bunch of shit that the developers did not find. Also, it was pretty cool when I split that Speedrun frog thing in my second run. Because, well, I'll tell you where my second run got, basically. It dropped from like a 317 to like a 48. And then, you know, I lost the run, but whatever. I couldn't do that again. I failed wrong warps so many times. It was very bad. So here you can do a glitch time stop, but I chose not to do it because it inverts your controls. And one time I did it and I came into the door and I still got this cutscene. It's a pretty short cutscene. In my opinion, at my level of play just yet, it's not worth it. I'll probably come back to these categories as I improve. Unless I just doing more runs of this now, I don't know. And then, like, as I get better, I'll just implement things. But I don't know. The way you do this dungeon is kind of boring. And I considered fast forwarding the entire thing, but it shouldn't be too bad. Because basically you have to, like, all the categories do this pretty much the same way. That, well, at least the ones that come here. Until a certain point, at least. It's like, just like the glitchless route does it and everything. It's pretty strange how straightforward Fire Temple is. Although, you know, if you think about it, there probably isn't. And, I don't know, maybe I just, as it's go back and forth, just getting keys. But you're saving these poor, not Dodongos, these poor Gorons. Like, you get annoyed at the guy that gives you the Goron tunic because he talks so damn much, but he's like crying in the cutscene and stuff, and you feel bad. Like, I don't remember what he says. He's probably all bummed out because all his friends and family are kidnapped by this dragon. I don't know how he doesn't have hands. Like, I would think hands would be necessary. Just ask Joe LeJoe. He knows everything about hands. So yeah, I got the quick cycle there. It was pretty nice. I only got it once before that. And these, it looks like I was gonna get trolled. No, I did kind of get trolled in a way, because I could have got hearts, but instead he just flew away, and I just wasted some time. It's quicker to bomb that door, like throwing it up like that. But you're supposed to have bomb juice here. And, so yeah, whenever that was in 2014, when the whole blank A was discovered, and it was like, damn, you can get shoes really fast, but it's 1.0 only. And then people were like, well, we could implement it here, because Vavagia is really fast. So it was pretty neat how that worked out, and it's definitely my preferred method of bombing the well. I never exactly did Vine Clip, and trying to get inverted camera to do Ocarina Dive is just painful. I try and get some, it was stupid. Like, I don't know what, well, it wasn't entirely stupid because I do get a heart later on, but there's a trick coming up that, you know, I have to take damage, so I only have 2 chances at it, and it could literally just not work. I have no idea what exactly the difference I'm doing is. Also, yeah, that was pretty cool. I was thinking about going and get those hearts, and I probably should have, because at that point, well, no, I still had 2 tries. Also, in like all dungeons or low percent things, you have backflip, and I think you have to press like a certain button in the air, and it stops the timer. It's pretty neat, but very hard. So these guys, I don't even know if they give a heart, but this was the asshole that killed my last run My second run died to him because I had like a half a heart, and I need half a heart to do the trick. Or at least I need more than half a heart so I don't die. I'm guessing they don't give hearts. So you come over here, and it's very important that you do this setup fast, which is finicky, and also I don't like things where it's like it screws up your camera. So there, it's like sometimes it just doesn't go through, and if your bomb activates that switch, you will void out. And that's what happened to me not the first time I did it, but the first time in a run I did it. I also did it a second time in that run because I didn't realize that gate was open. That's pretty cool stuff. So coming up here, I don't know how much, I guess the slugs do like a half a heart or something. But coming up here, there's a slug up here. And you can't see him because you're not supposed to be climbing through this. But I have a feeling that could kill a run just like that. Because by the way, if you die with this screwed up timer, you have to do the whole thing again. So that includes going down Zora's River. That includes doing the mega side hop with the bomb that you can't see. That includes getting the eyeball frog, which you just have to show them the prescription. You don't even have to do the challenging part of holding R. And then, you know, you have to get time stop, which is pretty easy, but still time consuming. And then you have to go through here, up to where you got to. Well, you have to do up to where you got to. You still have to walk through it. So, here, you know, I'm getting better with my super slides. So, of course, I'm gonna have enemies just troll the shit out of me. Pretty fun stuff. 2-bomb super slides, not too bad. I do it like this. I know you're supposed to do it other ways. I know there's like a double drop method where you're like back walking, and that's like the fastest. I don't care. I do it like this. It works for me, and that's, you know, that's cool. It works. But you want to do 2 instead of 1 because of frames and stuff. You get more frames in Majora's Mask. And by that point, I could have just did the glitchless strat and side hopped, but I literally don't. I've never done it, or I've done it before, but I forget. Did I just get a side hop there? I don't think so. That would have been baller as hell if I did, though. So yeah, you come up here, you get blocked off. We'll be seeing this again, by the way. Sorry, spoilers, in case you know where this run's going. And you know, I shouldn't be back here. It was pretty nice, there's bomb drops. It's like I took 40 bombs. You're supposed to take 15 bombs in this run. Optimally. But I don't feel comfortable with that. So this guy, he's interesting without the hook shot. I'm gonna tell you what. So he's interesting when you forget to power crouch stab, store damage, jump slash. So you get double the damage. I think with Master Sword and RPG style, it'd be like 2 is standard slash, jump slash is 4. That's the same as Deku Sticks. Even as Child, but Kokiri's like 1, jump slash 2. Very interesting knowledge to have. Very important, especially, like, it's literally important for every single category, glitchless included, because that's not a glitch. Power stab, not a glitch. The weird thing about it is, in Majora's Mask, this is like such a rambly video, who cares? In Majora's Mask, in the American version, like, by the time they did that release, they figured out power crouch was the thing, but in the Japanese release, it's still there, but the problem is, if you just crouch stab, you do no damage at all. So, power crouch stab is literally the only way to do crouch stabs, basically. Because at, like, all the things store. Well, it's the same as this, except it starts at 0. It's really weird. Whereas in Ocarina of Time, it starts as 1 or something. I don't know. But that's interesting to me. It's like certain glitches that they discovered, what they found on their own. And I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they discovered weird shot in Majora's Mask, which is pretty weird, but they couldn't figure out a way to fix it. Good, I don't know. But there's a lot of things. There's a lot of subtle hints that they might have known more than they let on. There was one that was meant. Oh, well, the little cartoon thing with the bomb that I used for my other speedrun, but also the text in Majora's Mask that says bomb-powered flight to the moon, which seems to hint that maybe they found hovering and maybe there's a way to get up to the moon somehow. It'd be really nice for that category to break a little more. For an any percent, geez, an hour 20 minutes, that's just too long. So here I get trolled pretty hardcore. So you gotta hit Z on a certain frame of your roll to clip into the ground. It's pretty interesting. There's a backup method for this, but I kinda, well, you'll see. So yeah, I screwed that up. And I come over here to get some hearts, and would you look at that, they didn't respawn, and I get trapped up here. So I have to go all the way up, and then my hammer grab screws up. So what I'm doing here is I basically go to a casual route room to go back down after you get the hammer. Yeah, this room. And I wasn't getting hearts, I was killing some bats. I come over here, and then, like, I just learned this today. Like, if this was any other day, I would have been fucked. So I do a distance flip. I don't know if it was required for me to do the distance flip or just a regular mega flip would have sufficed. But I did it. Like, I know I pause buffer a lot, I don't care. But these tricks are hard, man. I don't know the frames well yet. I can't see them in a whole 20 FPS. That's what's supposed to happen, by the way, just in case you were wondering. And I was so scared and low on health. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna finish this. There's no way this could possibly PB. If you're watching this video, you'll know that that's not the case. Somehow I managed. Yeah, so I was trying to say, but I fast forward past it, where I hit the, with the hammer, one of the parts, I blocked off my chances for the backup, and it was right in front of the door, where the switch was hit, and I went through the door, and then I got to the room where I was able to mega flip. But that was lucky, because I really didn't know what the hell I was doing. Because, you know, like I said, just been watching the speedrun, it's been so long. So this fight, yeah, so you gotta bomb this certain section of the lava where the sky one, because there's two loaded for some reason, so the sky one is getting hurt right now. You're hurting that one, and it depends on where he goes, so if you get a second cycle, you'll see later on what happens. But if this guy, that's where you're supposed to kill him at this round, but I didn't drop enough bombs, I didn't time them that good enough. But anyway, like, if you get too close, or if he's far away and you have to rush over to him, like, you're better off not even hitting him, because he will hit you, and you will die. And I died a lot. Well, not only once in a speedrun, but yeah, you'll see I throw it there because that's where he's technically the sky one. And I get rid of him. I'm like, oh my god. It might happen right now. So getting to the part that I failed a lot. Because in my last run I died to Volvagia once or twice. Probably more like twice it would have had to be. I failed this next part quite a lot. For some reason, like, so there's a setup, and it's not too hard. You just, like, you shield drop down. You don't Z target because you'll Z target the head for a while after. But, like, the setup, you can do it from there, but I find the timing really tight for OI. So I do this one, and sometimes you'll just miss, you'll be too far away, but luckily that didn't happen. So this is like bonkers shit. I was like, there's no way I'll be able to pull this off. You have to watch the bugs. They go away from you. You side hop, they'll come back. You have to time all that, and you gotta get not trolled. It's crazy. So the timer goes down, you stack timer, you do OI, and then you do this silly bit. I watched someone fail doing this, but for some reason, I was determined to find a consistent way to do it. Yeah! I love that. See you, everybody.